attorney saying he is in grave condition.
A prayer vigil is being held tonight outside White Plains Hospital, where rapper DMX remains on life support.
In the tumultuous world of hip-hop, few figures loom as large as DMX. His raw energy, unapologetic authenticity, and electrifying performances etched him into the annals of music history. However, behind the stage lights and fame lay a complex narrative.
Not one shit, but that should have told me that she loved me.
A life marked by triumph, but overshadowed by tragedy. Today, we uncover the last days of a man grappling with personal demons and the weight of his own legacy.
I think it's at that point right there that I just let everything go.
Join us as we explore the final moments of an icon and the indelible mark he left on the world. DMX's final moments. The timeline of DMX's final moments is a poignant narrative that begins on April 2nd, 2021. It was on this fateful day that DMX, at 50 years of age, suffered a catastrophic heart attack at his home in White Plains, New York. DMX was rushed to White Plains Hospital, where he was immediately placed in the critical care unit. The news of DMX's heart attack spread rapidly, igniting conversations across the city. Initial reports hinted at a possible drug overdose as the cause. This raised a lot of questions and concerns among fans and fellow artists alike. That night, when DMX arrived at the hospital, the rapper reportedly experienced cerebral hypoxia, which is oxygen deprivation to the brain. Paramedics swiftly attempted to resuscitate him. The following day, DMX's lawyer stepped into the spotlight to address the prevailing confusion. He candidly acknowledged the uncertainty surrounding the heart attack's cause and confirmed DMX's reliance on life support. Despite his efforts to shed light on the situation, ambiguity lingered among the public. As news of his hospitalization broke, fans and fellow artists alike began to gather outside the hospital, holding vigil and praying for a miracle.
A prayer vigil is being held tonight outside White Plains Hospital, where rapper DMX remains on life support.
The outpouring of support was a testament to the impact DMX had on the lives of so many. Hope for DMX's recovery remained palpable, yet the path ahead remained shrouded in uncertainty. During the week, news broke in the media, confirming earlier reports that the heart attack was triggered by an overdose. It was asserted that acute cocaine intoxication led to a prolonged period of no circulation to the brain. This tragic event marked the beginning of the end for the legendary rapper. For nearly a week, DMX remained in a coma, his condition critical but stable. His family, including his 15 children, remained by his side, hopeful for any sign of improvement. The atmosphere outside White Plains Hospital was charged with emotion as news of DMX's coma broke. Fans from all walks of life congregated, some holding vigils, others offering prayers, and many blasting his music in solidarity. The air was thick with the weight of uncertainty, but the communal spirit of hope was palpable. The world was watching, waiting for any sign of improvement in the rapper's condition. Inside the hospital, DMX was in a vegetative state, with doctors reporting minimal brain activity. The prognosis was grim, but his family and loyal supporters clung to hope. His family, maintaining a constant presence by his side, issued statements thanking fans for their overwhelming support and asking for privacy and prayers during this difficult time. However, during this time, misinformation and rumors about DMX's condition began to circulate, causing confusion and distress among fans. False rumors spread across social media claiming that the rapper had died. DMX's manager would come out to dispel those rumors. Social media platforms were flooded with messages of support, with hashtags like #PrayForDMX trending worldwide. Fellow artists and celebrities shared their memories and messages of encouragement, highlighting the impact DMX had on the music industry and their personal lives. The collective voice of the people reflected not just the hope for DMX's recovery, but also the recognition of his humanity beyond his celebrity status. As days passed, the vigil outside the hospital grew, with murals and makeshift memorials appearing. Candles flickered during the day, each flame a testament to the light DMX had brought into the world through his artistry and his struggle. As the world waited for news, the situation inside White Plains Hospital remained critical. Despite the best efforts of medical professionals, DMX's condition showed no signs of improvement. The once vibrant and dynamic force of nature that was Earl Simmons seemed to be fading, leaving a profound silence in its wake. On April 9th, 2021, a week after the heart attack that had left him fighting for his life, DMX's battle came to an end.
We've got breaking news for you now. Multi-platinum rapper, songwriter, and actor DMX has died.
The official cause of death was cited as the heart attack due to acute cocaine intoxication, which had caused a lack of blood circulation to the brain. DMX's family made the heart-wrenching decision to withdraw life support, and the iconic rapper passed away at 50 years old. The news of his death reverberated across the globe, sending shockwaves through communities and the music industry alike. Social media was flooded with messages of condolence and remembrance, highlighting the profound influence DMX had on the hip-hop community and beyond. Artists like Eve, Swizz Beatz, and Snoop Dogg shared shared personal anecdotes, and expressed their grief over the loss of their friend and collaborator. In the days following his death, murals and impromptu memorials appeared in cities across the country, with fans leaving candles, flowers, and handwritten notes. A public memorial service was held at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, where thousands gathered to celebrate DMX's life and legacy. The service was filled with emotional speeches, powerful performances, and a final ride with the Rough Riders Motorcycle Club leading the procession. The passing of DMX served as a stark reminder of the human toll of addiction, a battle he publicly and bravely fought. His death ignited conversations about the necessity of improved support systems for individuals grappling with substance abuse, especially within the high-pressure world of entertainment. DMX, unfortunately, lacked such support, which contributed to the longevity of his drug addiction. DMX Drug Addiction.
Nice dog, man. Beautiful dog, man.
DMX's life was a constant battle between the spotlight and the shadows, his struggles mirroring the intense narratives he spun in his music. From an early age, DMX, also known as Earl Simmons, faced a life fraught with challenges. Growing up in Yonkers, New York, he endured an abusive childhood that left deep emotional scars that would later be both a source of artistic inspiration and personal torment. In the mid-1980s, as DMX embarked on his journey in the music industry, he crossed paths with a local rapper and mentor named Reddy Ron. It was through Reddy Ron that DMX had his first encounter with drugs, occurring at the tender age of 14, marking the beginning of a lifelong battle. In an interview, DMX admitted that at the time and that age, he didn't use any substances and knew nothing about drugs.
I didn't smoke cigarettes. I didn't smoke weed. I didn't do anything. I'm 14 years old.
However, everything would change when on one fateful day, his mentor Reddy Ron passed him a blunt that was laced with crack.
I hit the blunt and I'm like, I was no longer focused on the money. I never felt like this. Like it just me up. I'm like.
DMX expressed his sorrow and frustration about that incident in the same interview.
Why would you do that to a child?
Right.
And this nigga like 30. You know what I'm saying? And he knew how I looked up to him.
This single act, a breach of trust by someone he admired, set the stage for a lifetime of struggles with substance abuse. The streets of Yonkers in the mid-80s were a treacherous landscape, rife with the temptations of quick money and the pervasive influence of drugs. Crack cocaine was ravaging communities, an epidemic that swept through the lives of many young individuals like DMX. It was a time when the allure of the drug scene often entangled the youth, leaving a trail of broken dreams and unfulfilled potential. DMX's early encounter with drugs was not just a personal tragedy. It was a reflection of a larger crisis. The environment that nurtured him was also the one that introduced him to his demons. This complex interplay of trust, betrayal, and the socioeconomic fabric of his upbringing laid the groundwork for the harrowing journey that DMX would navigate throughout his life, a journey marked by incredible artistic triumphs and devastating personal battles. As the 1990s dawned, DMX's voice thundered through the hip-hop scene like a force of nature. His debut album, It's Dark and Hell is Hot, catapulted him to stardom, resonating with fans through its raw authenticity and visceral storytelling. The album, a gritty reflection of his life experiences, went multi-platinum, solidifying DMX's place in the pantheon of rap legends. His subsequent releases, including the chart-topping Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood, further cemented his status as a cultural icon. But as his star ascended, the shadows of his past addictions loomed large. The duality of DMX's life was ever present. On one hand, he was a powerhouse in the music industry, an artist whose first 5 albums debuted at #1, a feat unmatched in the annals of music history. On the other hand, he was a man fighting inner demons, seeking solace in the very drugs that threatened to derail the empire he was building. DMX's addiction was not a hidden affair. It was a narrative he openly shared in his music and interviews. His lyrics often spoke of his struggles, painting vivid pictures of a man grappling with the allure of narcotics and the pain they brought. Songs like Slippin' and I Miss You offered a window into his soul, revealing the depth of his pain and the strength of his spirit. DMX's struggles with addiction also influenced his relationships and his role as a father. Despite having 15 children, his ability to be present in their lives was hindered by his battles. The pain of his childhood, combined with the grip of addiction, made it difficult for him to break the cycle of trauma that had been passed down through generations. The music industry watched as DMX's battles played out in the public eye. His peers and fans alike rooted for his recovery, understanding that his fight was not just his own, but emblematic of a larger struggle faced by many in the community. DMX's vulnerability in sharing his journey offered hope to those facing similar battles, his life serving as both a cautionary tale and a beacon of perseverance. On February 10, 2016, Simmons was discovered unresponsive in a parking lot at a Ramada Inn in Yonkers, Yonkers, New York. First responders resuscitated him and administered Narcan, an opioid reversal drug, intravenously. Thankfully, he responded swiftly to Narcan and regained semi-consciousness. He was then promptly transported to the hospital for further medical attention. While a witness reported that he had ingested a powdered substance before collapsing, police found no illegal substances on the property. Simmons later claimed that his condition was due to an asthma attack. Amidst the chaos, DMX's commitment to overcoming his addiction saw him enter rehab multiple times. Notable instances include his admissions in 2002, 2017, and 2019, during which he canceled concerts to prioritize his recovery. These periods of rehabilitation were marked by both determination and struggle as DMX grappled with the complexities of addiction. Despite facing setbacks, his efforts to seek treatment underscored his commitment to overcoming his demons and reclaiming control of his life. Each stint in rehabilitation was a testament to his resolve, a declaration of his commitment to prioritize family and sobriety. His Instagram, serving as a window into his world, echoed this sentiment. While he apologized to fans for canceled shows and expressed gratitude for their unwavering support, he continued to grapple with these personal demons. The impact of DMX's addiction on his career was profound. His encounters with the law became as much a part of his public persona as his music. Criminal history and legal issues.
First is a probation for theft, which is a Class 3 felony. The second is probation for possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, and animal cruelty, which is a misdemeanor offense.
From the late 1980s to the twilight of his career, DMX's life was a relentless series of clashes with the law, painting a portrait of a man grappling with demons, both personal and judicial. With over 30 arrests, his rap sheet reads like a chronicle of a life lived on the edge. DMX's first recorded act of defiance against the law was, in 1986, a teenage DMX stole a dog from a junkyard. This act led to his first stint in the juvenile unit of Woodfield Prison in Valhalla, New York, where he served a few months, a prelude to a pattern that would recur throughout his life. Later that same year, DMX's criminal activity escalated, resulting in a 2-year sentence at the Industry Institution in upstate New York. But the confines of prison could not hold the restless spirit of DMX. In December 1986, mere days after beginning his sentence, DMX and his cellmate executed a daring escape, a testament to his yearning for freedom and a foreshadowing of the tumultuous path that lay ahead. The escape was short-lived. DMX returned home, but his freedom was fleeting. His mother, recognizing the gravity of his actions, compelled him to face the consequences. With a heavy heart, DMX turned himself in, resuming his sentence at the McCormick Juvenile Detention Center in Brooktondale, New York. There, he served the remainder of his time, a period of reflection and perhaps a missed opportunity for rehabilitation. But the cycle of incarceration was far from broken. In 1988, DMX found himself once again on the wrong side of the law. This time, he was convicted of carjacking, a serious offense that reflected a deepening involvement in criminal activities. During his incarceration, DMX's behavior did not go unnoticed. An attempt to extort a fellow inmate for drugs led to his transfer to a higher security prison, a move that underscored the severity of his actions and the increasing concern of the authorities. The summer of 1988 marked the end of this chapter of DMX's life as he was released from prison. The streets welcomed him back, but the shadow of his past loomed large. The experiences of his youth, the struggles, and the stints behind bars would later infuse his music with authenticity and raw emotion. Yet they also foreshadowed a future riddled with legal challenges. As the late 1990s dawned, DMX's star was on the rise in the world of hip-hop. His gravelly voice and unflinching lyrics captivated audiences, but behind the scenes, his personal life was fraught with legal turmoil. In 1999, the Fort Lee Police Department executed a search warrant at DMX's residence. The search would unearth more than just the trappings of a successful music career. It revealed a cache of weapons that would once again entangle DMX in the grasp of the law. With the police at his door, DMX did not flee. Instead, he surrendered himself, facing the weapons possession charges head on. But the weapons charge was just the tip of the iceberg. In Teaneck, New Jersey, DMX faced an allegation that struck a chord with the public and fans alike, an animal cruelty charge. A dozen pit bulls were discovered at his home, raising serious concerns about their welfare and treatment. The charge sent ripples through the community and among animal rights activists, casting a shadow over DMX's public image. The resolution of the animal cruelty case, however, would offer a glimpse into DMX's capacity for accountability. The charge was dismissed, but not without DMX agreeing to a form of atonement that required him to step into the public eye and speak out for the cause he had wronged. He recorded public service announcements for an animal rights group, using his voice and platform to advocate against the very issue he had been charged with. This act of responsibility suggested a complexity to DMX's character and a willingness to confront his actions and contribute to the greater good. In the early 2000s, DMX faced a series of legal challenges that underscored his tumultuous relationship with the law. In 2000, he served a 15-day jail sentence for marijuana possession, followed by another jail term in 2001 2001 for driving without a license and marijuana possession, which escalated with assault charges against prison guards. Subsequently, he pleaded guilty to multiple charges, including animal cruelty, disorderly conduct, and drug possession, resulting in fines and community service. Despite starring in public service announcements against gun violence and animal abuse, his legal troubles persisted, including a sensational arrest in 2004 for various offenses. In 2005, he pleaded guilty to parole violation, serving a shortened jail term for good behavior despite his troubled legal history. In 2007, his home was raided yet again.
Detectives found a dozen distressed pit bulls and dug up the remains of 3 others on his property.
The raid not only cast a shadow over his personal life, but also brought to light the ongoing battle he faced with his demons. But his legal woes were far from over. In 2008, DMX's legal troubles intensified as he faced multiple charges, including drug possession and animal cruelty, leading to a dramatic arrest in Cave Creek, Arizona. Later that year, he pleaded guilty to various charges, resulting in a 90-day jail sentence. However, his legal woes persisted in 2009 as he pleaded guilty to attempted aggravated assault while incarcerated. Despite hopes for a fresh start upon his release in 2010, DMX found himself back in handcuffs just weeks later, facing a reckless driving charge in Los Angeles and a probation violation in Arizona, which led to a mental health evaluation and placement in a mental health unit. His legal challenges continued in 2011 with multiple arrests, but on July 18, 2011, he was released from prison, marking the end of a tumultuous chapter. Despite DMX's battles with addiction and his numerous run-ins with the law, he remained a towering figure in the world of rap, wielding significant influence. Despite the challenges he faced, his talent and impact on the music industry were undeniable. DMX Artistic Legacy.
Our father is a king. Our father is an icon.
And DMX's son was right. Their father was an icon, a legend even. From the release of his debut album, It's Dark and Hell is Hot, DMX truly cemented his status as a force to be reckoned with. The album was a commercial juggernaut, debuting at #1 on the Billboard charts and selling over 250,000 copies within its first week. It was a clarion call that reverberated throughout the music industry, signaling the arrival of a new heavyweight in the rap game. DMX's rapping style was a revelation, a guttural outpouring of raw emotion and storytelling prowess that set him apart from his peers. His voice, raspy and laden with the weight of lived experience, became his signature instrument, delivering lines with an unmatched fervor. His lyrics, often a harrowing reflection of his own life, spoke to the struggles and triumphs of the human experience, resonating with listeners who found in his words a voice for their pain and resilience. At the zenith of his career, DMX's influence on hip-hop culture was seismic. The late 90s and early 2000s were dominated by his indomitable presence, with a string of albums that not only topped the charts but also shaped the sound and direction of the genre. Following the triumph of his debut, DMX unleashed a torrent of groundbreaking work, including the platinum-selling Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood, which dropped in December of 1998, mere months after his first album. This unprecedented release schedule and the success it garnered underscored DMX's relentless work ethic and his deep connection with fans. The turn of the millennium saw DMX at the pinnacle of his powers. The year 1999 brought forth And Then There Was X, home to the anthemic Party Up in Here, a track that became a cultural touchstone and solidified his place in the pantheon of hip-hop legends. His subsequent albums, The Great Depression and Grand Champ, further entrenched his status, with each release a reflection of his evolution as an artist and his unyielding grip on the zeitgeist. DMX's influence extended beyond the sonic realm. He became an emblem of hip-hop's crossover appeal. His foray into acting was marked by standout performances in films such as Belly, Romeo Must Die, and Cradle to the Grave. These roles showcased his versatility and natural charisma, endearing him to a broader audience and cementing his status as a multi-talented entertainer. The rapper's ability to navigate the intersection of music and film was indicative of his broader impact on hip-hop culture. He was a trailblazer, embodying the raw spirit of the streets while also demonstrating the commercial viability of an unfiltered, authentic approach to artistry. DMX's growling delivery, his dark, compelling narratives, and his unapologetic authenticity resonated with audiences worldwide, influencing a generation of artists who saw in him a blueprint for success without compromise. In the music industry, DMX's legacy is that of a trailblazer. He was a pivotal figure in the evolution of hip-hop, pushing the boundaries of what the genre could be. His distinctive style and unyielding honesty paved the way for artists who refused to conform to the mainstream, encouraging authenticity over artifice. DMX is credited with having defined 2000s rap and for being among the most prolific rappers of his era. DMX broke and set numerous records throughout his career. His early work diverged significantly from the mainstream hip-hop landscape of the time. While artists like Puff Daddy and and those under the Bad Boy Records label were dominating with their big budget videos, lavish party throwing, and dance floor ready music, DMX found success with a darker, more aggressive, and rugged style that was less marketable, but resonated deeply with audiences. DMX's influence is evident in the work of countless artists who have followed in his footsteps, adopting his raw energy and emotional transparency in their music. After his passing, the legacy of DMX has only grown stronger. His music saw a resurgence, with streams of his songs and albums skyrocketing as a new generation discovered his work. The public memorials and the outpouring of grief underscored the deep connection that DMX had forged with people from all walks of life. DMX's story is one of a tumultuous journey marked by peaks and valleys, but it is also a story of redemption and the enduring power of the human spirit. His legacy is not defined by his struggles, but by the indelible mark he left on music and the lives of those he inspired. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed watching this video, click on one of the boxes playing on your screen to watch more similar content.